Remember that every time you eat a heavily processed meal, your body reacts like it's under attack. Your immune system fights back, inflammation rises, and then your arteries begin to suffer. Day after day, meal after meal, this silent war inside of us leads to high cholesterol, heart disease, and even more. My name is Doctorizie. I'm a GP, I'm a lifestyle medicine physician, and one of my biggest passions is to help you understand what happens inside your body so that you can be powerful, you can take full charge of your health, and you can live your best life. So today, we're going to be talking about all things cholesterol. So if you want to understand what cholesterol is, why it matters, how you can manage it, and how you can stay on top of it so that you can live a healthy life. Please join me and let's dive in together. How do we lower our cholesterol? So this is not another health tip video. This is a call to transformation. Many of us, we want good health. We want to feel strong, we want to live long, we want to avoid disease. But are you willing to walk the path that actually leads to health? Because remember that healing doesn't come from just wishful thinking. It comes through discipline. It comes through choosing the narrow path when the wide road of processed foods, convenience, calls our name. One of the ways to lower our cholesterol is by eating more fiber. Fiber is the cleansing power of nourishment. You find fiber in oats, in beans, in your fruits, in your vegetables. It cleanses the body, even as the word of God cleanses the soul. The body needs cleansing just like the word washes away the dirt from our souls. Fiber cleans out what does not belong inside of us. It removes the waste, it makes room for healing. So let's talk about why fiber works so well. Fiber binds to this cholesterol that we've been talking about, and it takes it out of the body. Another thing that fiber does is that it slows down sugar absorption. So when you eat sugar and there's fiber in your body, it slows down your body's ability to take the fiber, which prevents inflammation that damages your arteries. And fiber also feeds the good bacteria in your gut, which reduces overall inflammation. Let's try this analogy. So imagine again that your arteries is like a river. Fiber is the broom that sweeps away all the debris, the dirt. It keeps the river flowing clear. Without it, the river clogs and disease follows. So let me ask you, what are you filling your body with today? Is it being cleansed or is it being clogged? Your body was designed to heal itself when you give it the right materials. One of those materials is fiber. Another way to lower our cholesterol is by adding healthy fats. It allows us to nourish our bodies as wisdom nourishes our souls. So remember that foods like avocado, nuts, olive oil, they nourish our body, just as wisdom nourishes our minds. Remember that not all fats are bad. Just as not all words nourish our souls, not all food strengthens our bodies. Some foods that we eat, they bring life to us, and some foods that we eat, they bring decay. The key is to choose wisely and to know exactly what you're choosing. Healthy fats like the avocados, the olive oil, the nuts, they increase your good cholesterol, which removes the excess bad cholesterol from our bodies. They reduce inflammation in our blood vessels, preventing blood clots. They also provide essential nutrients that keeps the heart and our brain functioning properly. For decades, people were told that fat is bad, but that was a huge mistake. The real enemy is not fat, it's the wrong kind of fat. If you remember nothing, remember this, that good fat heals, but bad fat causes harm. The difference is life-changing. Another question, are you feeding your body wisdom? Or are you feeding your body foolishness? Are you nourishing your body or are you destroying it? Another way to reduce your cholesterol is by moving daily. Remember that faith without works is dead, and a body without movement is very weak. We can believe all we want about health. We can know all the right things, but if we do not act on it, if we do not move, if we do not take responsibility, what good is that knowledge? So let's talk about why movement works. Why is it essential that we move? Number one, exercise, when we do it, it pushes out the bad cholesterol out of our bloodstream faster. It increases our circulation, keeping our arteries flexible and strong. It reduces stress hormones that trigger inflammation and fat storage. Another analogy. I love analogies. Imagine a stagnant pod versus a flowing stream. That pod, what does it collect? Disease. Meanwhile, a stream stays pure because it's flowing, and that's what exercise helps you do. Your body is no different. When you move, you cleanse your system. But when you sit still, disease settles in. Your body was made to move. But are you honoring this design? Or are you treating movement like a burden or like a blessing? Let's talk about another way to reduce cholesterol. One of the ways to reduce cholesterol is to reduce fried and processed foods. So your French fries, your plantain, your fried meat, all of that. So let us remove what does not serve us, even as we strive to remove sin from our lives. Some things taste good, but they destroy us. Some things feel satisfying in the moment, but it brings sickness in the end. Exactly as sin tempts us with pleasure, but leads to ruin, so does the wrong food. Processed foods are loaded with trans fats, which increases our bad cholesterol and lowers our good cholesterol. Sugar and refined carbohydrates, they trigger inflammation, leading to damage of our arteries. Fried foods, they create oxidized cholesterol, which is even worse and more dangerous than our regular cholesterol. I ask you again, what are you consuming that is harming you? What is taking life away from you while disguising itself as pleasure? Finally, quit smoking and limit alcohol. It is another way to reduce your cholesterol. Remember that your body is a vessel. Keep it pure. If you were given a golden cup meant to carry life-giving water, would you fill it up with poison? Will you crack it? Will you stain it? Will you damage it? Knowing that it was meant for something greater. Remember that smoking damages your artery walls, which makes it easier for all of this cholesterol and the plaques to stick. Remember again that alcohol raises your triglycerides, which increases the fat in your bloodstream. Imagine scratching a wall over and over again every single day. What happens? Eventually the wall cracks. The crack appears, the wall weakens, and it can no longer stand against the storm. It does cave in. This is what smoking and alcohol does to your arteries. They break down your body's defenses until disease takes over and we can no longer fight. Your body is that vessel. What you do with it matters. How you treat it reflects what you believe about its purpose. Remember what 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 27 says. Discipline your body and keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, you yourself should not be disqualified. Discipline, remember, is the difference between those who dream of health and those who actually walk and enjoy it. It's also the difference between those who wish for healing and those who receive it. So I ask you again today, are you willing to walk the narrow path? Or are you willing to do what is necessary to heal, to be strong, to live the life that you were called to live? Remember that health is not just a mystery. It's a series of choices. Every single choice you make counts. The question I ask you again today is, what will you choose? Many people think that health is about luck. Oh, they were lucky, they have good genetics, or, they ate well, fate happened. But the truth is, the way you live either invites healing or it invites disease. So if you are watching this, maybe you have been told by your doctor that you need medicine for your high cholesterol, and maybe that news has left you feeling discouraged. Trust me, I understand. Frustrated even, or even just scared. Maybe you're already, trying to eat better. You started exercising, like legit, you are doing your best. Or maybe you have done everything you know how to, and your numbers are still just sitting there. They're not really doing much. Or maybe you have seen your loved ones. It might be your mom, your dad, somebody you love, take medications for years. And you wonder, is this my future too? Or is there no other way? I have good news for you. Sometimes we need medication. But I'm going to talk to you about when medication is recommended. And you know that one of the key factors that make doctors prescribe medications for you when you have high cholesterol, it's not just based on your cholesterol number. Yes, your cholesterol is high, but that's not the only reason why we give medications. So first of all, your bad cholesterol that we talked about before, and your triglycerides levels, when they are too high, so if your bad cholesterol is over 160 milligram per dl and your triglycerides are over 200, your risk is starting to climb. So we treat based on risk. And if your LDL, which your bad cholesterol is over 190, medication is strongly advised. And if you already have things like heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, or if you've already had a heart attack, sometimes some people have had a stroke, or they have conditions like, the things I mentioned before, you definitely need medication. Another reason why medication would be prescribed is if you are diabetic. So your LDL needs to be kept below 70 to avoid serious complications. If you're a heart disease patient, your LDL should also be below 70 to prevent further blockages and further complications. If you're a hypertensive patient, your cholesterol multiplies your risk of getting heart attacks and strokes. Another reason why we would give you medication is maybe your lifestyle changes haven't made any difference. Or, like we talked about before, your genetics are working against you. And some people, to be fair to them, they do everything right. They eat healthy, they regularly exercise, but their cholesterol still stays high. Why? Because of the genetics. Some people are born with something we call familial hypercholesteremia. And this is a condition that they were born with. It was inherited. And in this situation, their liver does not remove the bad cholesterol effectively. So in some people's cases, high cholesterol runs in your family. So medication would be necessary in this case, because no matter how well you eat or you move, you still need help bringing those cholesterol levels down. So medications like statins, they work by reducing how much cholesterol our liver produces. And they help our bodies remove all the excess bad cholesterol. That's what statins do. And you know that medications will reduce your cholesterol numbers, but it doesn't actually fix the root cause. And that's what I'm so passionate about. If you have to take medication, why not? But I want us to focus on fixing the root cause. It doesn't clean out your arteries. It doesn't stop inflammation. It doesn't replace healthy habits. When there is an fire alarm going on, it's like you go and turn off the fire alarm, but you don't stop the fire. That's the kind of thing that medication does. Do I say that medication is bad? No. There are times when wisdom calls for medical help. And as a doctor, you definitely need medication when your body calls for it. When your cholesterol is dangerously high, the risk of a heart attack or a stroke is far too great to ignore. In Mark chapter 2, verse 17, Jesus himself said that it's only the sick that needs a physician. There are moments where we must use the tools that are available to us, and medication is one of those tools. That many people assume that once they start medication, the problem is solved. That's very concerning. But here's what I want you to understand, that there is no pill that can replace what your daily habits will do to your heart. Medication can bring down your numbers, all well and good, but it will not cleanse out your arteries. It won't remove inflammation, and it won't make you healthier. Only your choices can actually do that. Let's use this amazing analogy. Imagine your health is like a garden, a beautiful one. Medication can what? Take out the weeds, but it won't fix the soil. So if the soil is dry, if it's, nutrientless, if there is a word like that, the weeds will continue to come back. But your daily habits, what you eat, how you move, how you care for your body, these are the things that would change the soil. And these are the things that would do what? Help you create a real and a lasting healing. Some people watching this today, unfortunately, they might just feel really desperate. They don't want to take medication anymore. Maybe others have started to take it, but they feel guilty about it. So if your doctor has recommended medication, don't see it as a failure. See it as a tool, a temporary support while you work on the real solution. You change your lifestyle from the inside out. You begin to work on those little things day after day. But if you're already on medication, don't stop fighting for your health. Continue to fight those lifestyles, those habits. Don't let the pill replace your discipline. Keep making the right choices, because every change you make strengthens your body, regardless of what's in your medical cabinet. At the end of the day, we do what we can, but we trust God with all of the rest. Proverbs 3:5-6 tells us that trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Our bodies are designed for healing, but we must walk in wisdom. We must care for what we have been given. That is our responsibility. Remember that no matter where you are in your health journey, whether you need medication or you don't need medication, what matters most is what you do next from here. So I challenge you today. What is that one step that you can take right now to improve your health? One step, one habit that you can actually commit to that moves the needle towards healing. Remember that your body is always working for you. Every time you choose the right food, every time you choose the right movement, every time you choose the right habits, your body starts to heal itself. But you and I know that discipline is required. And discipline is what separates those who wish from those who actually walk in healing. Healing isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about living in full strength, full energy, and actually achieving the full purpose of why you were put on this earth. Your body is a gift. Your life is a gift. And it is never too late to honor that gift. So which of these steps have you been resisting? What have you been avoiding? Because the truth is, healing requires action. Start today, my friend. Take one step. Choose health. Choose healing. Choose the path that leads to life. I'll be here to guide you. If you're ready to take this journey with me to real healing, stay with me and we are walking this narrow path together. So thank you for watching. If you have found this information very helpful, please like, comment and subscribe and turn on your notification so that you can get more information as I upload. And don't forget to comment down below so I can answer your questions and we can continue this journey together. Thank you.